What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about slam dunk champion Derrick Jones Jr., okay, of the Miami Heat. Y'all know recently that they won the slam dunk contest. And since that, he's been getting a lot of attention, especially from a female that he had DM'd a couple of years back before he even got into the NBA, okay? Now, there's a female by the name of Brittany Robinson. She was a volleyball player at the time, okay? Now, this information comes via her. She volunteered this information because she regretted not giving him an opportunity, okay? Now, Britt Robinson took to Twitter, okay? She took to Twitter to post a tweet about Derrick Jones Jr. sliding into her DMs and trying to holler. Now, this is what the tweet said. It says, Derrick Jones Jr. slid in my Insta DMs 4 years ago and asked for my number, and I didn't give it to him because I had a boyfriend. Well, my ex ended up being a lying piece of you know what, and Derrick Jones ended up winning the NBA dunk contest, so you can say I messed up. Yeah, I can definitely say that you messed up, and a lot of other people could say that as well. Now, I'm not going to judge this female, but I don't understand what to be the point of this, except for to reflect on the fact that probably soon after that, the guy that she was being loyal and faithful to ended up messing around with different chicks, man. You know, when you're that age and you're in college, man, these dudes ain't looking to be in no loyal, faithful relationships. I'm just saying, okay? But be that as it may, she's putting this information out here. Then somebody replied to her and said, prove it. Then she ended up putting up the screenshot. Of the conversation, further putting it out there that she is regretful that she didn't give Derrick Jones Jr. the opportunity to date her. Now, he said, what's up, beautiful? She says, your little boy is adorable. He says, LOL, thank you. You're adorable. You're adorable too. Hey, I was wondering if I could text you. She says, haha, thank you. I'm sorry, but I have a boyfriend that I'm faithful to. He says, I was just about to ask that, but okay, have a beautiful night. And that was the end of it. And that should have been the end of it. But of course, you know, because he won the slam dunk contest, you know, she wants to let everybody know that, hey, he tried to holler. These are the type of things that can happen, man. That regret, you know, you see a guy that, you know, you didn't give an opportunity to because you was with somebody, which shows that, you know, ever since that day, she's probably watched his growth and how he's gotten to the NBA. And I mean, he's not a big time player, but he's a guy who has potential. You know, he has potential. Now, her regretting this, I think a lot of females probably have this. You know what I'm saying? They're with a guy that they really care about, or they think cares about them, who really doesn't. And once that guy, messed them over, now all of a sudden they want to go back to the guy that they were with before, or the guy that they didn't give the opportunity to. And then I spoke about this in a recent, I believe, video. And I spoke about how women will give opportunities to guys who, you know, they shouldn't have really gave it to. And then they will, not give opportunity to certain guys. And maybe because they feel like that guy either is lame or he doesn't have the high social status to the point to where they should give him an opportunity. Okay. But what I want to know with this, again, Derrick Jones was trending. So what I would like to know is, why put this information out? Like, what are you hoping to achieve? Are you hoping that he DMs you again? I don't think that's going to happen. He probably has all types of Instagram models and, R&B singers in his DMs now, man. And I think that for a minute, I think Brittany Robinson wanted to, maybe get his attention. Why else put this out here? The regret is real. And the thing is that when you're in relationships like that, I guess in college, and she felt like she was, what's interesting is that I bet you ever since then, she has never been in a, faithful long-term relationship. She, from that moment on, realizing that, she was, had an opportunity to date this guy, I bet she has not been in any type of long-term faithful relationships. As a matter of fact, she probably keeps her options open just in case another one of these NBA players hit her up, And I think for Derrick Jones is that he probably DM'd a lot of chicks who didn't really, really want to get with him like that, because either he wasn't in the NBA or he wasn't a big name. But, winning the slam dunk contest, he's going to see a lot of women answering his DMs after all these years, because he's probably DM'd a few chicks who have not returned the replies. They probably viewed it and didn't say anything. That's what happens. But until you achieve something, until you make a lot of money and have a high social status, all of a sudden now they're on you, Just like that Mike Jones song, back then you didn't want me, now I'm hot, y'all on me. That applies in this situation, man, because ever since then, like she locked her Twitter, she locked her Twitter. And my thing is this: if you didn't want the attention, of people, why put this information out there? But see, that's the thing, women do things in a very emotional manner because they feel like they have to prove something. Derrick Jones has probably forgotten about this. He probably forgotten about this female, but now all of a sudden, years later, she sees that, you are a big time name. So she went scrolling through the DMs and realized that you hit her up. But what's crazy? Maybe she remembered your DM. Maybe because you were respectful to her. Maybe she finds you attractive. Maybe she liked the way you approached. And maybe that was always in the back of her mind. And now that, you're in the NBA and you're a slam dunk champion, now she says to herself, what could have been? What could have been? Well, that's the thing about life, we have to make choices. And I'm pretty sure she knew that the guy that she was with wasn't shit. I'm pretty sure she knew that, but she wanted to stay loyal to him. But ever since then, I bet she ain't been loyal to none of the dudes that she dates. But imagine being the guy that she's with now and her putting this information out here. What you'd have to ask yourself is, why put this information out here now? Why put this information out here now and then lock your Twitter down? You should have known that those posts were going to get, attention. You're putting screenshots of DM messages out here. I don't understand why when women put, their business out there and then people respond to it, they all of a sudden don't want the attention. It's like they make emotional, irrational decisions in those particular moments. Now, I appreciate the honesty of her being regretful, but she has to understand that with this type of information you're putting out here, people are going to have questions. They're going to have criticisms because they're going to want to know, why are you saying this now? Is it because he's in the NBA, he's a slam dunk champion? Are you trying to get his attention? Are you trying to say, hey, he tried to holler? Because, women do that. I don't understand why, but they'll always talk about this guy that tried to holler at him. This guy that tried to holler at him. It's almost like they think that makes them more attractive when they're able to talk about all these different dudes that wanted to holler at them. Listen, if you're a decent looking female with a decent looking body, most dudes are going to holler at you. That's just how guys are. Now, they may not be trying to get with you for a relationship, but they might be trying to get with you just to smash. But we see this a lot, man. Women, they may curve a guy because they don't, because trust and believe, if Derrick Jones was already in the NBA, making a lot of money, I guarantee you she wouldn't have brought up her boyfriend. But again, maybe then she really cared about the guy she was with, but she completely threw him under the bus, which shows you that probably soon after that DM interaction, I guarantee you that dude ended up either leaving her or messing around with other chicks. And ever since then, she was regretful because she's seen this dude and how he has risen. I don't know what the future holds for his career, Hopefully he can make the most of this opportunity to become a better and better player. He's a young player, so he can only get better. But yeah, man, I mean, she's not the only one. There are a lot of chicks. There are chicks I knew who have told me that they dated a guy, right? They dated a guy, okay? And they felt like he was either too nice of a guy. They felt like he really cared about them, but they didn't care about them the same way because they were either insecure or they weren't ready for a long-term monogamous relationship. So they ended up curving the guy. They ended up, stop dating the guy. And they regretted it ever since because that guy goes on to get into a relationship and then get married to another woman, and they have the lifestyle that they wanted to have. They threw it all away because of the quote unquote ain't shit guy that they chose to be with. But again, Derrick Jones may have been trying to smash. You just never know. Maybe in her mind, she just doesn't know. I've heard women say that they left their boyfriends or husbands for other men who they ended up dating and marrying. So, I mean, it just depends on decisions, At that time, she really loved who she was with. And the guy probably ended up either leaving her or, wanting nothing to do with her. But see, that's the thing, man. That's the thing with life. It could be full of regrets. That's why you should live life with absolutely no regrets. Live life to the fullest, and I say that to everyone, no regrets. And the thing is that Derrick Jones is going to have a lot of that. He probably has a lot of women who are probably messaging him now who ignored his DM messages, who curved him. Now they know who he is. Now he's known. Now all of a sudden they want his attention. You want his attention now? Why? Because he's a slam dunk champion? You didn't want him when he was a nobody. But now all of a sudden now you're posting messages about how he tried to holler at you, making it about yourself.